This is why, one of several reasons what I hate about Vancouver. And this is why Vancouver sucks. Science World, 2 blocks more traffic. Crackheads on every other corner. Vacant lease spots on every other corner. The drug problem here has been out of control for decades, but was put on steroids. All right, I don't even know what I was saying. 2 more blocks, more traffic. It's beautiful down here, but rent is ridiculous. Homelessness is ridiculous. And like I was saying, liberal NDP harm reduction program bullshit. I mean, just put that on steroids. They got a vending machine. There's only 2 of them. There's one in Vancouver. I don't know where it is. One on the island. It's a vending machine for freaking crack pipes, any paraphernalia you need. Like, for a lot of youngsters or even someone, young adult that's thinking of maybe trying something, sheerly not being able to access it is sometimes the only reason why they don't get, into drugs or hooked on drugs. It's such a stupid, asinine program. Absolutely absurd. All right, let's go pay for some parking for a minute. Talk about how shitty Vancouver is. All right, paid for some parking. Nice little backdrop here. All right, let's wander over to False Creek area here. Little Rogers Arena action. BC Place Stadium. I don't know if it's still called BC Place. Where the Whitecaps play. Soccer or football. There. It's Rogers Arena. Science World. Make sure you look both ways before you cross so you can run over these cyclists. Vancouver, $4.50 to park for a fucking hour. Can't park anywhere in this city. Permit parking every other place. The Evos, which are cars you can rent, that's what people hate about them, because you can park those things anywhere where there's permit parking. So they're quite handy if you want to go downtown, drive down, just drop it wherever, and then do whatever for the rest of the night. But $4.50 for parking, I don't know what they do with all the revenues. The city has so much revenue. It's ridiculous. Between property tax, parking, all the other bullshit taxes. I mean, it still takes 2 years to fix a pothole in this city. Some streets you can't even drive down because there's parked cars just lined up and down every other street, because every single house has got at least 1, if not 2, mortgage helper units in it. Definitely not designed that way. Those were houses with yards for individual families at one point, but just mismanagement, poor zoning, too many people, not enough houses, typical combination of corruption and incompetence that you'll find in any level of government. But anyways, we're down here today because we're going to watch the debates with a friend of mine. I've never watched the debates, but she's pretty into them. And it's my late friend, unfortunately, passed away last year, far too young. So hanging out with his mom today. Yeah, I won't even go into that, but long story short, took himself to the hospital. They sent him home. He died at home later. So, good job, healthcare system. Yeah, don't love coming back here. Not a lot of good memories. COVID was experienced for me all through Vancouver. Super woke. Business is no more. That was based out of Vancouver. And those 2 water taxis that we saw, it's always a stark reminder of that. So, not a ton of good memories out here. Between my dad passing of cancer, the business, COVID, my friend passing, and just the general shittiness of the city. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's a fun place to come. I wouldn't ever want to live here ever again. I'll tell you that right now. I'm talking like the city. I mean, you go up to North Van, West Vancouver, it's a different world. I mean, it's just houses, heated streets, massive driveways. There's no one's renting out their basement suite over there, Different worlds. Better police response time, no crime, Downtown is just a shithole. I'm actually going to a baseball game tomorrow. I'm driving out to White Rock to my friend's place. Because I don't want to park my car in Vancouver for the baseball game. I'm probably going to grab a meal afterwards. So yeah, I will happily drive from Coquitlam to White Rock. We'll head out. I'll leave my car there, head out with him. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to meander around a little bit. We'll see if I don't know, probably just end up going to watch the debates. Not much else happened tonight. Typical cheap dinner for me. Haven't eaten yet today, so not hungry. Low carb is a beautiful thing. Love not being a slave to food. Smoking will be the next one. Then I won't be a slave to anything. And probably be quitting I'd say within the next 30 days. All right, on that note, let's wander around the seawall a little bit since we paid for this parking, and then we'll head over, catch the debates probably just after they start. Yeah, we are, 20 feet outside the fucking parking lot that I just left? Hey, what do you know? We're in stop and go traffic. Never ending construction. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I lived here for 6 years. It's just a joke. And it's never going to get better. I don't care. Even if all the construction stopped. You stick this many high rises, like those buildings that you can see in the front, those are new. Those have been there, less than 10 years. So, and there's a bunch of vacancies. But, you pack in like any high rise, right? Where you used to have, say, a 2 block by 2 block radius or whatever that would have 10 homes, 20 homes. You might have 10 cars, 20 cars, 40 cars. Now you got 400, 800 cars. It's ridiculous. You can't have that without having absolute ridiculous congestion and traffic. All right, we've gone about 8 blocks and we're stopped again. It's awesome. I wish I could have got coverage. Some idiot pulls out from behind me, pulls into a double left turn lane where we're merging in 2 lanes into one, and then he wants to get back in the lane, and the idiot in front lets him right in over a solid white line, stopping all the people wanting to turn left behind him because they have to wait for us. Typical retards. All right, so it's just after 4. The debates, I think, just started, so I'm a couple of blocks away. I was only about, if there's no traffic, a 3-minute drive, which is a 20-minute drive. But from my friend's place, from Science World area where we just were. But we'll see. We'll go watch the debates and see if we can't get you some low-end culture afterwards. More reasons why I hate Vancouver. All right, it's 4 o'clock, so now I can park here all night, no problems. That's good. All right, let's go let my friend know that I'm here and go watch these debates. This is I used to live in this building. This is a great little dog walking neighborhood. It's just like low rises for 4 blocks up the way. It's pretty, whatever. A lot of fucking assholes that live in these places, though. They've been here, like, this building's like 40 years old. And it's just, all sorts of issues that you would expect, the 40-year-old building in Vancouver. But, yeah. I mean, 4 blocks up at the Circle K, I'm sure maybe I'll go up there later. There's probably 5 to 6 crackheads hanging out around out front, or in this little cove where they all congregate. To walk around here with 2.5 grams of whatever. I don't know if it's 2.5 grams of one thing, or if it's, if you could have 4 things, 2.5 grams of each, but 2.5 grams of heroin or coke or crack or whatever, it's, it's plenty to get the sun behind my head there. It's plenty to fucking, ruin someone else's day anyway. There's a school up here where, I used to find fucking needles. An elementary school, fucking liberal NDP bullshit. Safe. Harm reduction. Harm reduction for who? Not for the fucking population you should be protecting. Maybe harm reduction. It's like death prolongation. You just prolong death. There we go. You know, like all these people, like they haven't saved anyone's lives doing this. It's been shown that all they do is keep them alive for a few extra years and then they die anyway. So it's just how people think it would ever work. I mean, I don't think the people that come up with the policies think it will work, or nor do they care. I think there's other stuff going on here, you know, when you want to talk about drugs and drug money and how much it's infiltrated Vancouver. Just go check out Sam Cooper, amazing journalist. And I won't do any justice to the arguments, but if you want to know about Chinese corruption in all levels of government, municipalities, the housing market, you can go check that out. Sam Cooper, and yeah, it's brutal out here. You know, it's not what it used to be, and it's not what it should be. All right, it's 7:18. Debate's finished. You know, if you're an idiot, then you probably think someone other than Pierre did well, but really, the CBC, they're so biased. I mean, Carney gets to go last on every question, and they're asking Pierre first. By far the most intelligent, knowledgeable, and eloquent speaker. Certainly understands what has to be done better than anyone else on the stage. And they make him go first every time, so Carney can be like, yes, what he said, blah blah blah, and addition, a bunch of mumbo jumbo, doesn't say anything. Jugmeat saying friggin' idiot, just interrupting all the time every time Pierre is talking, like clearly intentional, probably discussed beforehand. It's a Liberal NDP coalition. You've got conservatives voting against both, so you better get out and vote, or else this country's going to shit. Beautiful, right? Cars parked every fucking street. Even the houses, cars are parked outside. It's ridiculous. The infrastructure for this shit. You want a little of that? That's a good day here. You get a little of that. Hey, look at that traffic. Steamworks Brewery. Vancouver, a city that is corrupt. Yeah, Vancouver, a city that is corrupt and run by corrupt and incompetent people. Fantastic. And some of that. Maybe some more of that. Maybe a bunch of this. Yeah, I got a shift. Maybe a bunch of that. This mismanaged fucking city. 50 years of arresting drug addicts. Yeah, because that's fucking normal. How about that? Right? This is totally fucking normal. Good spot, Strathcona. Shitty area. Got the P&E. See if we can get you some views of the bridge or something. But hey, look, more traffic. Awesome. And more traffic. Ironworkers Memorial. And entering the city of Vancouver. Whew, white legs. Alright, well, we're just walking down to, well, I guess go see where Vancouver Harbor comes out of, towards Burnaby and Poco and towards Belcarra and Indian Arm. underneath the bridge here. There's a dog park here. We'll see if there's anything going on and give my final stupid 2 cents on the debates, which, I mean, I don't have much more to say other than it was pretty biased. I don't like that Pierre had to answer every question last, but at least he got the last word in. And I thought he did about as well as he can do with idiots talking over him and people cutting off his mic and just generally asking softball questions. Letting Carney go last the whole night was clearly intentional because he's a fucking idiot. So, yeah. Little beach down here. There's the dog park. There's the dog park. It's got good fencing. It's nice and big. Sun just setting over that hill. Let's see if we can go get a better view. I guess my closing thoughts would be, if you think your vote doesn't matter, sure, if 10 million people vote, one vote doesn't matter. But when 10 million individual people don't vote, those votes matter. So get out there and vote. If you want your money to be worth anything, if you want to buy a house, if you want a chance at life, there's really only one vote, and you got to vote for Pierre Poilievre. And you got to vote Conservative. All right, we're back in Coquitlam. I'm glad I'm out of that Vancouver traffic. Vancouver sucks. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in this video or not. And we're gonna go grab some dinner. So we're at McDonald's, our favorite place, to grab some patties. And we're gonna pull in there and get some meat, and then we're gonna call it a night. So had a great night tonight at my friend's mom's place, Cam's mom. Thanks again for having me. That was fun. And yeah, all I can say is, if you want your money to be worth anything, if you want to have any chance in the future, you got to vote Conservative. It's Liberal or Conservative. The NDP is going to side with the Liberals. So if you want more of the same in the last 10 years, then you can vote for nobody, or you can vote for anyone other than the Conservatives if you want to change, if you want your money to actually be worth something, if you want to have not endless deficits, if you want to have less crime, if you want to have a chance at any sort of affordability in the future, if you want to see our resources maximized, so that for all these climate people that say we need to be net zero in Canada, if we just, as Pierre said, shipped to India all of our energy resources, that would be like 3 Canadas. So to say that we need to keep all our shit in the ground here is absolute ignorance. And the only people that are going to do that is Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives. So if you want a chance at the future, you got to vote Conservative. Get somebody to vote. If you weren't going to vote yourself, get off your butt and go vote. All right? 6 patties today. It's £1.50 of ground beef. It's not excessive. 6 patties. We got 1 straw, 2 drinks. Got a coffee and a water. I don't know how many napkins, but 4 forks and 3 knives, everybody. 4 forks, 3 knives. That makes a lot of sense. All right, until next time, have yourselves a good one. We'll leave you with this.